I'm Sarah. Welcome back to my channel where I talk about my journey to sustainable health and meaningful success. And I have officially completed week 3 of Whole30. Physically, I feel freaking fantastic. Mentally, I just don't even know. I don't know if I'm exhausted or just really wrestling with myself about a few things. So, before we get into it, if you're coming back and you've already subscribed, welcome back. Y'all are my people and I love you so much. And if you're new, I hope you will consider subscribing by the end of this video. The last couple of videos have been kind of a roller coaster of emotions for various reasons, but I think today I'm feeling pretty positive about things. It's just that, I don't know, maybe you can comment down below and help me work through a few things because your girl is struggling majorly, and it's not even in the things that you would think I would be struggling with. So Whole30 is like a nutritional reset where you figure out what foods are making your body stronger and helping your body, and then what foods are causing inflammation and whatever various health problems to flare up. And I have a lot of health problems, so the fact that 3 weeks into Whole30, my congestion is pretty much completely gone, even though this is the height of my worst allergy season. I think spring is far worse than the fall for me. So the fact that I am waking up not congested, whereas even outside of allergy season, on my normal previous diet, I was always congested, always. So I'm not congested. My skin is clearing up. I feel like that's going to take a lot longer to really clear up and really start showing some more permanent improvement, especially because my hormones are kind of everywhere. So, but yeah, my energy is high. I should be sleeping more, so I need to be more disciplined on that, because otherwise I would be like the Energizer Bunny all the time. So yeah, I'm not getting bored with food, although I did buy some chorizo rather than just to have a different alternative to eggs if I wanted it. So I will be eating some chorizo little bits. And then also, instead of chicken, actually that is something that I've gotten a little bit sick of, because last week I ate a crap ton of chicken. So I was done with chicken. And then when I got to the grocery store, actually, the only protein that was in the fresh protein that I'm familiar with cooking is there was just turkey meat. So I ended up getting some frozen beef patties. So I've been having that with broccoli and a potato with some olive oil, and it's been good. So I feel good. Still haven't been feeling very hungry or anything, and there's really nothing that I would cut. I'm just dying to reintroduce back into my diet. Actually, I was talking to my mom the other day, and she asked me what are the things that are gonna snap back for you outside of Whole30, because it's the end of week 3, one more week, and I'm looking into the introduction phase. So I've been reading the book Food Freedom Forever, and I've been reading also keeping up with my Whole30 day by day, but also going back to It Starts With Food, the book that I had read the whole month leading up to Whole30. So going back to that and looking into the reintroduction phase, and there's really nothing that I'm oh my gosh, I need cheese back into my diet. No, I don't. And I don't need sugar, really. And artificial sweeteners, I think, was something that was really big on my list of things that were going to be hard to cut out, because I was worried about having to give up gum and soda, diet soda, and stevia in my coffee and tea. And honestly, I have not missed any of that, even gum. And that is, number one, because I'm not congested anymore, and all this isn't as gross anymore. And number two, I think it's because the food that I'm eating is just genuinely healthy for me, and I'm I don't have bad breath. So I guess that I'm perfect now. I've rid myself of bad breath. And so you're welcome. But in answer to my mom's question, I realized that something that I will immediately do day 30, because I'll be filming on day 30, so it makes sense. So on day 30, I'll be weighing myself and I will be measuring myself because it's been something that I have been really stressing about throughout this whole month of doing Whole30. I've been feeling great. I've been eating so well and eating nutritious food and giving my body finally what it's been like starving for, which is nutrients and actually real food. And at the same time, my whole like emotions and my mental state is constantly worried about what if I don't lose weight this week, or what if I don't lose weight this month, and like what if I don't drop any inches at all. I can feel my body changing. Like, it sounds so pubescent, but no, I can feel the changes taking place in my body. I can feel stretch marks reappearing on my stomach. There's a lot of like loose skin on my arm, like a lot of loose skin on my arm. I'm no longer filling my undergarments like I normally would have. And so like I can definitely tell that whatever it is, be it like inflammation or body fat, I'm definitely shrinking down. But still, I've been like stepping on the scale every morning since I was 9 years old, and I'm 24 now, so 15 years of like pretty religiously stepping on the scale every morning, because I was just watching that number, and even just like seeing my measurements. And I remember like if I got particularly obsessed with a celebrity or something, I look up their body measurements. It's like, I don't know if that contributes to some sort of body dysmorphia or something, but it's like no matter how much I watched numbers of myself, and like that's what I realize it is that I've reduced my health measurements to numbers, specifically to measurements and weight. And I've reduced the food even to numbers, like caloric value. So that's why at the beginning of my Whole30, like the types of foods that I was getting rid of were low-fat ice cream that was 240 calories per pint, and the 100 calorie pack cookies, because I was only looking at calories and I wasn't looking at the quality of the food that I was eating. Just like I've been looking at myself as a number, which is funny because it's like I'm like deeply offended by the idea of people like rating women from 1 to 10 on their hotness scales, but I didn't even realize that for 15 years I had reduced myself to a number. For the last 3 weeks, not stepping on the scale has really caused me to doubt whether or not I'm doing something right, and caused me to question if I'm really like doing a good thing for my body. I've never listened to what my body actually wanted. For some reason in my mind, it's like my value, my worth, my success, my ability to succeed socially, or my ability to succeed even like job-wise and everything, it was all narrowed down to the scale and what the scale told me. So that is something that is going to be challenging to keep working through. Not to say that losing weight is not important to me, because it definitely is. My joints and like everything about my body is definitely letting me know that that is an important thing to pay attention to. So that's not to say any of that. And I am going to be excited when I drop sizes in clothing, and you know what I mean? It's like, don't take anything that I say the extreme of weight doesn't matter. It certainly does. It's just there has to be a particular context, and it has to be a balanced perspective, and that's something that I'm lacking currently. The other thing that I've been reflecting on a lot recently is the idea of body positivity and like self-love, because I feel fabulous. Like, I felt fabulous in my March health update when I was doing my measurements for you in front of the camera with minimal clothing, to my standards at least, my minimal clothing. And like, I still felt great. I still felt gorgeous. So there's like, and I know that like now people, especially in media who are plus sized, are, they're feeling empowered to be in their plus size bodies, which that's not a negative thing. But for me, maybe there was a message that's being conveyed that I don't agree with. And that is that you're loving your body by staying at an unhealthy weight or staying with, like, keeping unhealthy habits. But you're loving your body because you're embracing you for who you are. I don't think that's the truth. I really don't. And here's why. By cutting out the junk food and also the disordered habits around eating that I have, or that I'm working on getting rid of, I am realizing what my true self and like what my body actually wants. And I'm realizing that I haven't honored my body the way I should. What made that really stand out to me is my arm skin. This much skin is just hanging. And it doesn't even bounce back. This is just hanging skin. As I'm losing weight, I'm seeing how much suffering I've put my body through. I don't think it took a particular amount of courage to be fat. If anything, being fat has been kind of a disguise or a mask, if you will. And so I don't think that it's brave of me to live in the body that I'm living in. I think the thing that has called for the most courage is within the past 3 weeks, not looking at the number on the scale, but looking at my body and seeing my body and like feeling the changes that are taking place and having to look for non-scale victories. And then in looking for non-scale victories, I realized how many battles have yet to be won. I think that it has required more courage from myself to face the reality of how I was living before and what it was doing to my body. And the biggest act of self-love that I've ever done for myself is to discipline myself and to stop myself for 1 second from harming myself. I have loved my body more in the past 3 weeks, realizing how strong it's been putting up with my terrible decisions for so long, that finally giving it a chance to relax, finally giving it a chance to heal, and then having to look for non-scale victories that actually point to a fact that it has a lot to heal from. I don't think I've ever loved my body more. So that's the current reflection. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know your experiences on this. I have appreciated so much the comments and the new subscribers and the subscribers who have been with me through the thickest of this channel and through my journey. I just really appreciate you guys, because the more feedback that I get and the more encouragement, like, it really does make a difference and you guys just are the best. I couldn't ask for more. So I love you all so much. Okay.